GSM and CDMA technology, the difference between or comparison between the GSM and CDMA technology. This type of a question asked in GTU Winter 2018. So let me discuss about the GSM technology and CDMA technology. So the terms of frequency, GSM use the 900 megahertz, 1800 megahertz and 1900 megahertz, as well as the CDMA technology, it use the 800 megahertz, 1900 megahertz. So the frequency is different in the GSM as well as CDMA. CDMA is the code division multiple access. Then in terms of channel bandwidth, the total 25th megahertz bandwidth with the 200 kilohertz per channel and 8 time slot per channel with the frequency hopping, while in CDMA technology the total 12 megahertz with 1.25 megahertz for the speed spectrum. In terms of voice coded, so 13 kbps is required in the GSM technology, while 8 kbps or the 13 kbps used in the CDMA technology. So the voice rate is much higher than CDMA technology. Then data bit rate is 9.6 kbps or expandable, same way in the CDMA 9.6 kbps. SMS, it use the 160 character of the text supported in the GSM technology, while only 120 characters supported in CDMA technology. So GSM is better than CDMA in terms of SMS. Then SIM card, in GSM technology we required the SIM card, while CDMA technology there is no any SIM card facility. Then multipath, using the GSM technology that use the interface and destruction to the service, while in CDMA technology that use the advantage for the multipath. Then radio interface, it use the TDMA technology in GSM, while self CDMA technology used in the CDMA. In terms of handoff or handover, so hard handoff cover in the GSM technology, while CDMA use the soft handoff. We already discussed the hard and soft handoff. Then the system capacity, it is fixed and limited in the GSM technology, while in CDMA it is the fixed and higher than the GSM. So now let me check the GSM authentication and its security. GSM is the most secure cellular telecommunication system that available nowadays. GSM has its secure method and standardized. GSM maintain end-to-end security by retaining the confidentiality of the call, then the GSM subscriber. Temporary identification number are assigned to the subscriber, the number to maintain the privacy of the user. Privacy of the communication is maintained by applying the encryption technique and algorithm as well as frequency hopping that can be enabled using the digital system and signaling. Mobile station authentication. First one is mobile station authentication that covers the GSM network authentication and identify the subscriber through the use of challenge response mechanism. The 128-bit random number is sent to the mobile station. The MS compute 32-bit signed response based on the encryption of random number with encryption algorithm A3 using the individual subscriber authentication key KI and use this response series sign response from the subscriber. The GSM network repeat the calculation to verify the identifier of the subscriber. Now the authentication center, it is also responsible for that. The individual subscriber authentication key is never transmitted over the radio channel, as it is present in the subscriber SIM card as well as in the authentication center. So authentication also responsible for the security. HLR and VLR database also stored. Then the calculation of signed response is processed within the SIM. It provides the enhanced security as confidential subscriber information such as IMSI for the individual subscriber. Then signaling and data confidentiality, that call the SIM contain ciphering key, generate the algorithm A8 that is used to produce 64-bit cipher key KC. This key is computed by applying the same random number. The authentication process is ciphering the key, generating the algorithm A8. So A8 is nothing but the ciphering key generating algorithm. GSM provide an additional level of security by having the way of change the cipher key that make the system more resistant to the other system, to secure with the other system. The ciphering key may be changed at the regular interval as required. In the case authentication process, the computation of the cipher key KC take the place internally with the SIM card. Therefore, sensitive information such as individual subscriber authentication key KI is never relieved by the SIM card. Then last one, subscriber identity confidentiality, that ensure the subscriber to identify the temporary mobile subscriber identity. It is used once the authentication and encryption procedure are done. The TMSI means temporary mobile subscriber identity is sent to the mobile station. After the receipt, the mobile station respond. Then temporary mobile subscriber identity is sent to the mobile station, the location area in which it is located. For the communication outside the location area, the location area identification is necessary in addition to the TMSI means temporary mobile subscriber identity. Here the algorithm used like MS algorithm A3, voice privacy algorithm A8 and strong over the air voice privacy algorithm A5. We already discussed all the algorithm. It is used for the ciphering and deciphering that produce the signaling for voice data. So as well as the SMS in the GSM network, the cipher over the wireless radio interface. So authentication and security is strong in GSM. Let me start the discussion of General Packet Radio Service GPRS. GPRS is a packet-oriented mobile data standard that work on the 2G as well as 3G cellular communication. The global system for mobile communication GSM that use the 2G as well as 3G communication. GPRS was established by European telecommunication standard. It is use the packet switch cellular technology and it is now maintained by the third generation partnership project. GPRS is sold according to total volume of data transferring during the billing cycle. Means GPRS is best effort service, implies the variable throughput latency dependent on the number of the users sharing the service. So GPRS is a expansion that global system for mobile communication. It is basically a packet oriented mobile data standard. The features like SMS, messaging and broadcasting, always on internet facility, multimedia messaging service MMS, push to talk over the cellular POC service. It also provides it use the protocol like internet protocol IP as well as point-to-point protocol. Let me show the benefit of GPRS. So mobility means the capacity to keep the consistent voice and information interchange while we are moving from one place to the another place. Then cost efficient. Obviously the communication via GPRS is cheaper than the other technology or GSM network. Then immediacy. So allow the customer to obtain the connectivity when user is needed, regardless of the location. Without a lengthy login session, we do not require the lengthy login session in the GPRS. Then localization. It enables the customer to acquire the data applicable to the present area. Then easy billing system. GPRS cover the easy billing system like GPRS packet transmission that offer billing rather than the offer by the circuit switch administrators. So these are the benefit or advantage of GPRS. Let me show the architecture or figure of GPRS. So in the figure, it is almost same component used like in the GSM system. We already discussed the component like MSC, VLR. So it is the mobile switching center as well as digital location register, home location register, then PSTN, BSS, same functionality here, the BSS, like it cover the BTS and BSC information. It connected with the mobile station, mobile equipment. Here the different is GPRS support node, GSN is used. So the GSN that cover two type of node. First one is SGSN and second one is GGSN. So the deployment of GPRS required the installation of new core network element that is called the serving GPRS support node. First one is called the serving GPRS support node, that is SGSN, and the gateway GPRS support node. Second one that is called the GGSN. It is nothing but the gateway GPRS support node. Gateway GPRS support node work like interface between the GPRS backbone network and external packet data network. GGSN include the functionality and function are similar to the router in the LAN if you using the router. So same functionality here cover like router and gateway functionality cover in the GGSN. So it filter out the packet as well as it find the shorted path and send the packet on the shorted path. GGSN, the function are similar to the router as well as it maintain the routing information, the protocol data unit to SGSN that serving the particular mobile station. Then let me show the service of SGSN. So serving the GPRS support node, it use the packet switching, routing and transfer information, then mobility management system, logical link management, authentication and charging function. That's all are included into the SGSN. Other functionality are similar with the GSM. So let me discuss other functionality like MS, that is a mobile station. New mobile station is required to access the GPRS service. This new terminal will backward compatible with the GSM for voice call. Then BTS in GSM. So we are using the GPRS. A software upgrade is required in existing base transceiver station. So base transceiver station required the upgradation in GPRS. If we talk about the BSC, so the base station controller required the software upgrade and install the new hardware cable by packet control unit. The packet control unit direct the data traffic to the GPRS network and can be separate the hardware as well as BSC element. Then GPRS support node we already discussed, and database like HLR and VLR, that all database involve the network will require the software upgrade to handle the new call and function introduced by the GPRS. Now some of the application of GPRS that cover the two types of category, corporation as well as consumer level. So each and every level include the facility or application cover, like communication we can use in email, fax, messaging or internet, intranet, the access of this type of service using the GPRS. We can use the value added service like information service and gaming. So GPRS is based. E-commerce service like retail, ticket purchasing, banking and financial service, trading information. Then location based application, if you look like the navigation, Google Map, traffic condition, airline, air schedule and rail schedule, location founder. So these are the important application. Then vertical application like delivery of the freight delivery, fleet management and scale force automation system, advertisement, advertising the system. So advertising may be located in the sensitive. For example, a user entering the mall can receive the advertisement specified to the store in the mall. So this type of service is useful. Then application like non-voice service, SMS, MMS and voice call are also possible with the GPRS. Then closed user group is commonly term use the GPRS in the market. In addition, it is planned to implement the supplementary service such as a call forwarding unconditionally, call forwarding on the mobile subscriber, not reachable call and close user group. So these are the various services or application we are using for the GPRS. Now let me show the GPRS service charging as well as billing technique. So as packet data is introduced in the mobile session, the question of how to bill for the service we use. So always online and paying by the minute does not sound all the appearing the service. Here we describe the possible, but it totally depend on the different service provided by the service provider. So how they want to change their customers need. The SGSN and GGSN we already discussed, that is registered all possible aspect of GPRS users and it generates the billing information accordingly. This information is using the call charging data record, CDR, call charging the data record and deliver the data billing gateway. So some of the parameter like volume we are using with the duration. So the duration means the duration of PDP context session. Then the time, date and time of day of the week, it enables the lower traffic. Then final destination means subscriber could be charged for the access of specific network such as the proxy server. Then location, if you focus the location, the current location of subscriber, so it is included for the charging. Then quality of service, pay more for higher network priority. SMS service, the SGSN will provide the specific CDR, means charging the data record for the SMS. It serves the IMSI subscriber, different subscriber class, different traffic for the frequent user, business as well as private user. Then reserve the charging. The receiving subscriber is not charged for the receiver data. Instead of sending, the party is charged. Free of charge, specified data to be free of charge. Flat rate, fixed monthly rate. Then barrier service, that include the charging based on different barrier for an operator who has several networks such as GSM 900 band, GSM 1800 band, and who want to promote the uses of one to the other. Or perhaps the barrier service would be good for the area where it would be cheaper for the operator to offer the service from the wireless LAN rather than the GSM network. And volume, the amount of byte transferred whenever you use. So number of byte transferred, that also cover in the charging as well as billing service whenever you download or upload. So this type of volume cover, and all these parameter are applied